points. Which one?
Categories.
Oh, yes. Categories. Thank you. All right, and we are live on YouTube.
I prefer points, but I'm not the commissioner of this league. All of our leagues
Oh,
are
I
ranked.
love Cat. I love Cat. Cat is the best. But yeah, I have a $50 buy-in fantasy draft, so this is why we're
The
doing
only
this.
cat that I really like is the one
I was
sitting here.
just going to say that. Thank you for saying it. I was just going to get to it.
All right. So we only have 2 topics for today because we're going to actually get a lot of the bulk of it tomorrow during the Seahawks game.
Mm-hmm.
And is that a home run by George Springer? No, it's a foul ball. Yeah, Mariners game is on. Sunday Night Football's on. It's a busy day. So let's get through this as quickly and efficiently as we can. 3 teams I'm going to give you guys. 3. Your Eagles, the Broncos, and the Packers. Think about the third team. All won today. All have some of the worst offenses in the NFL.
I think schematically, yeah. Like talent-wise, obviously not, but schematically, yeah. The 3 of them are just it. All 3 teams pretty much have to play hero ball.
I'm not convinced that the same person isn't shadow offensive coordinating and play calling both the Broncos and the Eagles.
That's exactly what I was thinking during the Broncos game. And hey, we get it. They scored 33 points, 3-3 in the fourth quarter. Doesn't matter. Those first 3 quarters were awful.
Yeah.
Terrible. Atrocious.
I mean, you know what stinks though is like it's going to be up there for game of the year. I think it's my game of the year.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
Up there for our award. Yeah, I think even though the first 3 quarters were really bad, to score 33 in the fourth quarter,
one quarter, like no matter what quarter it is, 33 in one quarter is ridiculous football. Like
beyond ridiculous.
The only thing that holds me back from saying it's for designating it as game of the year is because for something to be game of the year, I really would like to see great football from both sides, and I don't know.
We've yet to see that across the league.
I feel like we got comparable football from both sides, but I don't think it's the same thing as getting great football from both sides.
I don't think we've had one really great game from 2 sides.
The only thing I can come up with is that Ravens primetime game, like way early on.
Yeah, I think week 1 Ravens Bills is a big contender for me.
That's sad.
But that was like the only like proper quote unquote good game quote unquote we've gotten all year. I think,
which is sad. But I'm just saying that when I think of game of the year, that's the type of game that I think of.
Yeah, the fact we've gone 6 weeks since then with some really awful football says a lot.
I thought we actually had some pretty good games today. We're not going to.
Oh no, I thought today was good.
But I thought if you ask me since week maybe 2 is what's the best week of games across the board that we've had thus far, I'd say this one, and it's not just because the Eagles finally freaking won.
Well, you know what it was, just real quick too. Like we said, like the Broncos scored 33 in the fourth, but they did nothing else the rest of the game. You know, not for nothing though. The first half, our game was bad, but the second half was actually really good. The second half was good for our game.
So Jalen Hurts played really well, but again, like there's
literally a perfect passer rating.
Oh my God, more than well. But that's kind of the point, right? With again, as we're talking about with the Packers, the Broncos, and the Eagles, they all feel similar in the sense that like maybe it's 3 quarters they're atrocious, and then the fourth quarter they're good. Maybe it's the first quarter, and then the next 3 quarters are good. Maybe one half is good. It is the master of inconsistency.
That's what I was going to say is, and that was what I was really hoping we would get today was finally a 4-quarter, just like not 4-quarter dominance per se, but just 4-quarter just showing up and. Mistake free and one thing or another. I will say I think this is probably the closest I've seen to a cohesive Philly team since even back before their most recent victory. I don't
even think we saw it in week 1 against the Cowboys.
No,
this kind of cohesion.
No, here's how, and I can look at it 2 ways. People can look at this and say, because again, I think we all would collectively still agree that of all the teams that have 5 and 6 wins, none of them really is jumping out at the front. I mean, I think isn't the only 6-win team right now? Isn't that the Colts?
And you know what? Speaking on the Colts, right? I was really happy with what they did in the first half, and then the second half, particularly in the fourth quarter, the defense just died.
Yeah, they had me in the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, essentially.
That defense does scare me though. It's starting to really scare me.
I'll be honest. That Colts defense is bad. It is quite literally in the bad ranking.
But let me add this though, because I don't disagree with you. But it almost makes me. Does it matter? Because so many teams the last few weeks, are like what ends up winning out in the end is just who gets the ball, and doesn't make the mistake last or makes the big play last. Like it should matter, but in recent weeks it just feels like it doesn't.
I mean, think about it. 2 weeks ago, we played a game talking about how many defenses are just really bad. And now 2 weeks later, I think that number's jumped up, not necessarily significantly, but enough where, Scoop, you're right. Like, really what's mattering in these games, as it is with any football season or week or game or whatever you want to say, that it is the fourth quarter. But it's happening at such a, I guess, commensurable rate, if that makes sense, that it is confusing because a lot of these teams that have 5 or 6 wins are not playing 4 quarters of football. And that has been the difference why we've been frustrated through 7 weeks versus past years.
And again, that's why I'll say the Colts may have the most wins right now. The Patriots may be the most exciting team to some people right now. And I'm not even going to say it's Philly, because I still need to see more out of Philly. I need to see that, I checked off a couple of major boxes today. 1, can they play mistake-free football? 2, can Makuba get his head out of his tail? 3, can we win a game where, at least for part of it, both Ringo and Jackson are on the field and don't single-handedly cost us the game? And 4, can we win a game when Jalen Hurts is largely, if not entirely, relegated to the pocket? And we saw all 4 of those things today. But I'm not even going to say the Eagles. I will still say, and I know there's some sort of agreement and disagreement on this show about this, I still say the team to beat is Denver. Not Denver. I'm sorry. My bad. I completely screwed up there. I think they are up there at team to beat. But I completely short-circuited there. What I meant to say was I still believe the team to beat is Tampa Bay. That's what I meant to say.
I still think it's Tampa, and we'll see what they do tomorrow night, and we'll continue this conversation into tomorrow night. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's fair because you have the MVP quarterback right now pretty easily.
It's also not only that, but also he's like, we talk about Daniel Jones doing so much because he finally has a lot of help. Baker's doing some of what he's done with some of the least help he's had in years.
Oh yeah, a lot of injuries, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Again, we'll see what happens tomorrow. But
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, but and then Brandon as well to continue with the Eagles, and you can finish up on Tampa. Yeah. Brandon Graham, if he returns, it's not going to make a difference to the secondary for Philly.
It's not going to make a difference because, I mean, one guy, especially a guy like him now, that will he get a couple sacks? Yeah, it's Brandon Graham, but is it gonna make that pass rush any better? No. And the problem is, if the pass rush doesn't get there, even with him on it, what's the difference when you have a Dory Jackson and Keely Ringo out there that can't cover a wet blanket to save their life?
And then continue on with Tampa as well.
So yeah, and then I mean with Tampa, like we've said it before, their offense is heavily injured, so they're getting all they can out of what they've got, and Baker is the MVP. I don't know why Mahomes is the betting favorite now. He's done nothing except for maybe 1 or 2 good games when Baker's.
It's because his name is Patrick Mahomes. That's the only fucking reason.
Question in betting lines, isn't Dak and Mahomes higher up than Baker right now? Isn't Baker like plus 400?
How the hell could it be Dak? The Cowboys are 500. It shouldn't even be Dak at all.
Here's the thing. The reason why Dak is there is because they're scoring 40 points against some of the worst defenses in the NFL.
This is why when I go after it,
the only reason why they're scoring that many points is because they keep getting the ball back because their defense is ass.
That is true, yeah.
I mean, when I look at this is why I say too, a lot of Dak's numbers come in garbage time. They didn't have to score 44 on the Commanders. They ran it up on the Commanders.
Yeah, it could have scored 30 and they would have won anyway, right? Because it was 22 was the final.
So it's like when I look at Dallas, it just feels like at least every game that they score like 40, it feels like 2 of those touchdowns are just to run the score up. It doesn't feel like they're actually meaningful to the game whatsoever. Like it just feels that way when I watch. And the thing is that's why I was saying a couple weeks ago, right, when I said that all the people that are betting, that have Mahomes or Dak as the betting favorite, they have it because look at the numbers. Like, A, it's the name value, and then B, it's like the numbers, like, everybody like 40 points a game, 30 points a game, 3 touchdowns and maybe 1 pick, whatever it is.
I feel like the people who are dealing these betting lines I guess the people who are betting on
they don't actually watch football.
And Jack aren't actually seeing what Baker's doing.
I think the people who are doing lines are also doing lines.
It's kind of why do we do guess? Is that, by the way, can someone please check on one of the betting sites if that's still the case?
Of course. Wait, what was the question? What was the question?
The question is, what is the MVP odds? Like, where does Baker sit in the MVP odds?
Baker should be lower than 2. He should not be lower than 2.
Last I checked, he was like 4 or 5. I was like, what the hell?
No,
because he was like plus 400.
Give me a second here, y'all.
Scoop is our betting lines man, so he gets the responsibility of checking.
Which is hilarious because the biggest win I ever had on betting football was when I was freaking 9.
9 years old.
Well, obviously that was within my family.
No, but okay. And then to continue,
here we are.
Yeah.
Now I want to emphasize this does not say, for crying out loud, this does not say when it was,
updated.
Yeah, thank you.
So I mean, they're updated kind of quickly, so I'm not too worried about.
But I can't tell if this is this has to be a preseason thing. Okay, here I'm going to go with this one because it says 14 hours ago. Because the other one I swear had to be preseason. Otherwise, that person shouldn't. They should have their freedom of speech revoked.
So coming into this week, these are the odds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm waiting because this is USA Today, so you know what it is. They have to give me every single advertisement ever printed. So week 1, we still have we've got Patrick Mahomes plus 200. We've got. I know I didn't read this correctly.
Do you want me to check? I'll double up.
No. I'm just saying that in disbelief. Josh Allen at plus 275.
What? 14 hours ago.
That's what that said.
That can't be right. No.
That's
why is that right?
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check other betting sites while you're doing this. I'm not blaming you, Scoop. I'm just in disbelief.
It says here are the favorites for NFL MVP award in week 7 according to BetMGM.
Oh, that's what I want to look at was BetMGM. That's what BetMGM has?
Yes.
Oh, kill me, bro.
Number 3, Baker Mayfield plus 325. Number 4.
That's awful.
Number 4, there's a tie at plus 1,500 with Drake May.
Yeah.
And Jared Goff.
Yeah,
Jared
right. Yeah, right. Okay. Right now, 3 hours ago, I'm looking at a different one. You're basically in the right ballpark. The other one I saw that came up 3 hours ago said Mahomes at plus 175, Josh Allen at plus 400, Baker Mayfield at plus 450, and Drake May at plus 1,100.
Who's betting Josh Allen after what we've seen?
Why would you bet Josh Allen after the last 3 weeks that he's had?
I swear. And again, I'm going to piss off my hometown right now, but I'm going to say it. Because Bills Mafia is so loyal and so rabid and has garnered so much allegiance, not just in Western New York now, but around the country, I swear people are going and just saying he's going to have to get right at some point, and they just want to cash in and go big. That's the only thing that I can come up with, because he's done nothing the last few weeks to show he's MVP. Nothing.
Here's another problem I have.
Part of the reason why the Bills have sputtered, and he made me look like an asshole for the time that I defended him and apologized for being so critical of him the last 2 years. I should have never done that.
Why is it? Why is Jordan Love, Lamar Jackson, and Justin Herbert ahead of Jalen Hurts? Why?
That's actually kind of bad. Yeah, why? I don't like that. Yeah. Can we talk about the Packers really quick?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Is there offense at this point just Josh Jacobs? Is it just Josh Jacobs?
Honestly, that's a fair. Like, how do you struggle? I get it. Arizona's a bit frisky, but how do you struggle against Arizona 2 weeks in a row? Because who did Arizona play last week? Did I say this about?
This was just a straight up horrible week for favorites in a lot of games.
Oh yeah, and even the favorites who won, it was bad.
Yeah, Carolina beat New York. I mean, New York should never be relied on for anything, but where the Colts took it to the Chargers in LA. Granted, they've got no home field advantage whatsoever. But like, it's just
I can't wait to talk about the London game.
The Bengals beating the Steelers. I know. I saw more.
Steelers.
What I do?
Yeah.
You said Steelers. Can you put that down?
That's going in the bank.
Steelers.
No, you said Steelers.
That's going in the bank.
Okay. Wait. Who did I was trying to remember. I said it about the Colts. Yeah, because the Colts defense sucks. How do they struggle against the Cards? Same thing here with the Packers. And Scoop, I think Brandon's right. Their offense right now is so anemic. It feels like it's just Josh Jacobs for the Packers.
Like, because you know,
go ahead.
Because you look. I mean, the stats don't tell us everything, but like every week, Jalen Hurts gets criticized for a stat line like what Jordan Love had today: 19 of 29, 179, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, and they won the game. Now I cannot wait to hear this week in the media them go off. Jordan Love did what he had to do to win, and the Packers won. They was smart handing the ball to Josh Jacobs. I guarantee you won't hear anything about Jalen Hurts' numbers today. You won't hear a peep.
My apologies, Scoop, but go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that is gonna really piss me off because, I mean, again, we saw him today. This might be the most. I'll have to double check, but this might be the most he's ever been relied on for the passing game, like comparative to how many times, with a ratio of times run versus times pass.
Because Kevin Patullo is an idiot.
Yeah,
that wasn't where I was going with that at all. But
still, it's
not wrong. Yeah, Rob's not wrong.
No, but I mean, I'm 5'4", and that's low hanging fruit even for me. But the point that I was going to make is just in listening to all that, and I was hearing the crap during and after the game, and I said this to one of y'all. I think it was either Brandon or maybe I said it to even both of y'all. I don't know, and I saw people saying, "Well, Jalen Hurts is having all the time in the world to throw." Well, look at it.
That offensive line is not good.
It's not good.
Well, I mean, keep in mind. Okay, again, we already had a backup center playing. Then we lost him. We had Brett Toth. We had our third string guy snapping the ball.
Brett Toth.
Exactly.
How did I not know who he is? I know everybody in this damn league.
Brett Toth is not good. Every time, even in preseason, that guy's played like crap. I hate him.
Yeah. So anyway, the point that I was trying to make, and that was already after you already had a center who wasn't supposed to be playing center. So all of that happening, which means, what does that mean? It means they're shifting somebody else over, what does that also mean? It also means you're weakening another part of your interior line. So their interior line right now is trash. Respect to the.
Oh my God. I apologize. Do you guys want to guess what number pick I got in my fantasy draft?
Well, how many teams are there?
10 teamer.
Two.
I got the number 1 overall pick.
Oh, man.
I got Victor Wembanyama. Yeah, baby.
You just got to hope he's healthy. That's it.
Dude, Victor Wembanyama's a cheat code.
I mean, to be fair, we got to hope he's healthy is true for literally everybody in the league.
That was okay, I'm sorry for divulging. I was telling Brandon this, right? There's maybe a few guys in the NBA for fantasy purposes, right? That you really are like, oh, I'm massively concerned about injury, right? Kawhi, LaMelo. Who else? Who else am I missing? Joel Embiid. Help me out here. Who else? Is that like the major ones?
Well, Kyrie's always injured.
Kyrie, maybe. I'm kind of just thinking like who is heavily injured. It's not
Would Joel Embiid count?
Yeah, I put Embiid on that list.
Oh, sorry.
Embiid.
As a Pels fan, I feel obligated to say Zion Williamson.
Yeah, Zion.
You know why I like Zion this year though? That guy looks skinny, and I'm excited.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, it looks like maybe he traded in some of his coupons at BK for some who knows. But
really good shout out to Riot Comedy. If you haven't seen that, I took what is it, Brandon? It's what is it? It's Ozempic, but it's not Ozempic.
Yeah, it's Ozion or something like that.
Ozion. You took Ozion. Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay, wait. So quick thing on fantasy basketball as well.
What?
The number one pick should always be Victor Wembanyama, right? Jokic doesn't have a shot for number one, or is there a debate there?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't really look at, and this is gonna sound crazy to people, I don't really look at rankings like that.
I hear you on
because, excuse me, sorry. First of all, every league is scored so differently in a lot of cases. I know that there's some standardized, but even with those things, like team or people can use different.
ESPN's different from Yahoo, different from Sleeper.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And ESPN can kiss my ass, but
I'm using ESPN, but I hear it.
Yeah. So. But anyway, so I tend to get a sense of what I have kind of a reactionary way that I draft, where I kind of wait and see what other teams are doing, and I kind of build my own thing based off of that.
Oh yeah, of course. But yeah, Scoop, continue on the Eagles here.
I straight up don't remember what the hell I was saying.
No, but that was me interrupting. But Bob, also, Scoop, what pick do you have in your draft? Are you doing 10 or 12?
We're a 12-team league. We took my buddy and I took pick 11 because that's what I wore when I played baseball.
Oh, I actually like pick 11. That's a good spot.
So do I. We didn't do it just because of that, but of the ones that we had left, I went with that one just because it's my lucky number, so I might as well go with that.
Back to back. No, but to continue with that, right? With just where the media views the Eagles, it always has this different level of scrutiny on it as well.
Okay, so thank you. That's what I was saying. So what was pissing me off is that I was seeing people say, and I know I promised you I was going to hold off on my baseball crossover rant to tomorrow, and I'm going to stick to that.
We have plenty of time tomorrow for you.
Yeah. That being said, the one sort of allusion I will make right now to that is, why in just sports in general, when did it start to become a bad thing to be good? When did we start to complain about how good teams are and disrespect people's greatness and talent because they also have greatness and talent around them? Yeah, because they are team sports. This is not golf. Yes, you have to have teammates in order to be good. You have to have good teammates in order to be better. That is exactly how you improve. That we how many times have we said over and over again? It's like people are so eager to delegitimize how great or how good a player is unless it fits a preconceived narrative about what they believe or don't believe about a specific player. I am so sick and tired of hearing this. He's yeah, okay, great. Everybody did their jobs today, so he was able to do his. What's the problem?
Well, there are two reasons for this. One is the era of social media, which has a lot of preconceived notions of players, right? Because Toronto just scored. Jesus Christ!
You want to hear something? You want to hear something great after today?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts now has better numbers than Jordan Love, Justin Herbert, and Josh Allen.
Well, that makes sense considering we're all the teams.
Yeah, Josh Herbert. There's another guy who revealed his fraud ass self again today.
Herbert was rough.
Look at it across the board. He has more for a guy that people say, oh, Jordan Love can pass more, Justin Herbert can pass more, Josh Allen can pass more. Jalen Hurts has more passing yards than all three of them.
Well, okay,
and I'm pretty sure Jalen Hurts has beaten all three of them.
Yeah,
I will say I think. So like this is kind of the thing, and baseball will get to more of that tomorrow. The NFL the NFL has a major problem, and again, this is social media based, right? We always do our best to kind of dispel this stuff, right? But if you look at like the first 2 years of Jalen Hurts, it wasn't really necessarily that. I mean, I mean, maybe statistics are not going to fully back me up here, and I apologize. But the narrative was that he couldn't throw, right? And so and it just kind of Jalen Hurts is an example of a median issue of social media in any sport, where it's like the preconceived notion of a player just sits there, and it stirs because people just don't. People have different preconceived notions,
and it makes people think they don't have to do any of the, people hate this phrase, but do your own research. How many times did we have to listen to them? People say Lamar Jackson can't win a playoff game for like 5 years after that actually stopped being a thing.
I mean, no, that's like the full thing. Like, I think Jalen Hurts is a poster child for this, but as a whole in the NFL and in any other sport, this is just what the social media landscape is.
Absolutely.
And it's really annoying from the sense that like all the national media kind of tapers into that, if you will. I don't know if my hand's coming on screen, but it's annoying, and I think we try our best.
I learned ASL. I didn't know what.
Yeah, it's like it's pushing it, but Brandon, like I think Jalen Hurts is an example, but this is something that we try our best to kind of dispel. But as a whole, it's not necessarily as much of an issue as it's an annoyance for us, I think, across the board.
It's annoying for Scoop and I as Eagles fans because we see every week what our quarterback is doing, like and. I mean, but here's the thing, like, what people, and this is why like the whole like success thing. A lot of people hate they hate the fan base or they hate the.
People don't like Philly fans. It's also part of it as well.
Yeah, people just don't like Philadelphia, so it's like by extension.
But that's for the drunk guys out of college to be saying.
It's not really. It's for social media as a whole.
Oh
my God, the amount of Mariners fielding errors is pissing me off right now. Holy shit. Okay,
my point in saying that was that shouldn't be something that gets that affects actual quote unquote media people.
I
agree 100%.
That was my point by making that juxtaposition.
Yeah, the thing is they do feed into it though, because how many times do you see it? Because like how many times do you see on like First Take or you see on just any ESPN or NFL show
or Fox as well?
Any NFL like any sports like big sports show. How many times do you see them feed into the same narratives that we do see online? Oh, he can't read a defense. Oh, he's not seeing the field. Oh, like not just him, but like I saw so many people today during the Vikings game blaming him for why the offense went 3 and out on 3 or 4 straight drives. I'm like, my brother in Christ, do you watch football? Do you understand the game of football? Because if I showed you the angle from behind him, what he's looking at, you would see no one's open.
That's what I think. That's what I think people are. I think that's a huge thing, and I'll add this. I think people genuinely forget that we're looking at things from a bird's eye view. These players are looking at things from 6'2", 6'3" eye level, if that. They are seeing, like, there is a reason we are able to see things much better than they are because we're looking at the whole damn field.
Yeah.
Like broadcast cam or the view behind the quarterback,
or whatever the hell it is.
It just really bothers me, but just not with the Eagles. When I see people blaming quarterbacks, like even Giants fans tonight after the game, I saw people blaming Jackson Dart for that pick.
By the way, Jackson Dart had minus that pick, which I think was quite bad.
It was dumb. Yeah,
he had a really good day, and I'm very excited about him.
That's what I'm saying.
I am so excited about Jackson Dart right now. And Scatterbo. Scatterbo. That team is fun, bro. They're good.
I am not a Dak hater, and I now believe Dak genuinely might be the 4th best quarterback in the division.
But like, do you know what it is today? Like if you look at Jackson Dart, like was his completion percentage good today? No, but best yardage total of his young career, most passing touchdowns of his young career. He had a good day today, a really good day today, like outside of that one pick. But that one pick didn't decide the game. The Giants were up by 19 points. They're up by 19. One pick doesn't decide the game. Like it just bothers me when I see people blaming you can tell the people that don't know football from the people that do when they blame a quarterback for not making 1 or 2 throws in a game. Well, it's like that's going to happen every week.
And I also will say that, like, even on our show, like, we might repeat certain things or whatever, but we're seeing it from the view of week by week. This is what's happening. Similar things are happening with the Eagles. Yeah. Similar things are happening with the Broncos.
I think all of us have acknowledged at one point or another that we've had a take where it's like, oh wow, okay, I was wrong about that, or oh wow, okay, that's changed or whatever.
I have one coming up shortly. Speaking of that,
I don't know what the hell that means, but
I have something on a team that I was kind of in on that I'm not in on anymore.
All right. Well, I don't want to hold you up too much.
No, you're fine.
That's basically what I was saying. Is it's just it at least like, and that's why my seemingly weekly plug of the show that I'm going to reference here. But that's why I respect shows that are like that dedicate time to saying like these are examples of when I was wrong, when I screwed up, or when I was I've now been proven. Like I love that's one of the main reasons why I love shows like The Herd, because there's nothing wrong with being wrong. There's nothing wrong with having a botched take. I look horrible right now for having thought that Anthony Richardson was going to wreck the league.
I thought that too. Did you know I had him? Did you know I had him in my top 6 in fantasy the year he got benched?
I'm pretty sure
that's why I can say I was right. I said I would not take a chance on a project quarterback, which they did.
We'll see. Here's what I will say. I also thought he went to the best coach he could have for his system. For his style. I thought Shane Steichen was a solid fit for him. That being said, I also didn't realize how much of a jackass he was. But that's the tough thing is when you're as analytical as I am, which again I know that people have their feelings about that, but there is no possible way. I'm not in the room, so I don't know what a personality is like. So I'm. That's always going to be something that I pretty much have no impact on, or I'm sorry, insight on rather. But anyway, yeah. I kind of, but yeah, you guys get the point. Like for me, I have no problem if somebody completely botches their take, but don't double down on being wrong, because then you just look like an ass. And Dan Orlovsky, who's made a career out of losing at the mic after making a career out of losing on the field.
Scoop, do you want to finish up on your feelings with the Packers right now?
Sure. Part of me does wonder if maybe there's just a little more juice to the Arizona team than maybe I originally gave them credit for. Because I do know, I think it was Sean. I think it was Shane a couple weeks ago. I've been saying Sean Payton so much today that I screwed up there. But I think I know Shane a couple weeks ago was saying that's just a house of horrors for some teams to go to Arizona and Glendale and play. I do kind of wonder, because I'm pretty sure that game today was in Glendale. But so I do wonder if there's some of that. But pardon me. I'm sorry. I keep hiccuping. But again, this is a team that was projected to win by a touchdown. And really their biggest onslaught of offense, like they were scoring more as the game went on. Like they scored 6 in the second, 7 in the third, and then 14 in the fourth. But I mean, just the last few weeks, I mean, and I know that this doesn't matter for, actual winning or losing purposes, but the last 4 weeks, they haven't covered on any of their last 4 weeks, which to me does catch my attention if it happens several games in a row. Because, again,
especially with the big spread they've had.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're going and they're playing the Steelers next week, so we know what that's going to be, the Aaron Rodgers game. And quite honestly, today, they probably don't win that game. And I don't even know if this is that hot of a take. They probably don't win that game if Micah Parsons didn't single-handedly take over the show on defense for part of that game.
True, in the fourth quarter, yeah.
That's how I mean, listen, they played Dallas to a tie, but that's how Dallas pretty much was beating them in that game. Was they were moving everything away from Micah Parsons' side of the field. Basically, if you neutralize Micah Parsons, which is easier said than done, but if you can take him out of the game plan, you can beat the Packers.
Yeah,
so,
But
I think Arizona for 3 quarters did that pretty well. Also,
yeah.
And it's just, and I want to come back to one fundamental thing, and then I'll pass it off to whoever. But I want to come back to one fundamental thing. How many times the last several weeks have we said, Well, for the first half, for the 3 quarters, or 1/3. Football is 60 minutes of regulation for a reason.
So, and no team is really doing that at the moment.
That's my thing. That's my thing. It looks like I am just struggling as a fan with not seeing good, clean, and just forget about even interesting, just appealing to the eyes football. For I'm not somebody who needs to see you put up 35 points.
But if I'll be honest, a good example is this Atlanta-San Francisco game in the first quarter, because yikes.
Oh, of course, I'm not watching that damn thing. You're a Mariners fan and you're watching football right now?
I'm watching both.
Okay,
I'm multi-viewing this. I don't miss a football game.
I just found out about multi-view today, literally. Like, this is the first time I ever.
It's so good. I love it.
See, to me, it overstimulated me. I couldn't do it for more than like 5 minutes. But
keep in mind, this is why I watch Red Zone. I can watch 9 games at one time and never blink.
Yes, well, see, it wasn't Red Zone. It was literally just called multi-view.
Yeah, and so you have I've done things, Scoop, where I have like 4 games on my TV and a baseball game on my computer, and I can focus on it.
Yeah, my ADHD could never. But
is it just me, or is it bad that through 7 weeks, like we said that we can't start judging what teams are, right, until we get to around Thanksgiving? Like,
we're gonna eat our turkey and not know anybody about anything.
Did you get right? Well, actually, I think the first 7 weeks is going to put me to sleep faster than the tryptophan will.
Oh my god! I cannot wait for our Black Friday show, because obviously we're not recording on Thursday. Black Friday show, Bears Eagles.
Yeah, I want to go to that game.
If we don't freaking manhandle Caleb Williams that game, I'm gonna be head.
Here's the problem. Every time the quarterback, we do not, for some reason this year, we do not have a single QB spy out there, and he likes to scramble.
Actually, can I jump back to something you said a few minutes ago that I meant to respond to and never did?
Yeah.
You were talking about the report that came out today, which the more the day has progressed, the more I've heard it being legitimized and substantiated, that it looks like it's a very real thing that Brandon Graham could return to this team. And you were saying, he lost a step and this, that, or the other. I'm not sure his biggest impact would be on the field. I'm wondering if his biggest impact would be in the locker room.
That's a huge reason they would bring him back. Gigantic.
Like I'm thinking back to one of my favorite non-Eagles of all time a few years ago. It was pretty random. They randomly signed him for a stretch run. I think it was the year that they went to and lost the Super Bowl, if I remember correctly. But one of my favorite football players of all time is Ndamukong Suh. And
he was good for us that year too, actually.
He was. He just came out like a friggin' bulldog. And he put another level of teeth in that defense that we didn't have. And I think he did that not just physically but psychologically.
Yep.
And I can't help but wonder if that's where the secret sauce is going to be with bringing back Brandon Graham, where it's not going to be, that he's going to go out there and, give us either the spy or the every down back or not back. I'm sorry. The every down rusher or anything of that nature, but it's going to be elevating others and kind of being almost the middle linebacker role intellectually.
Yeah.
I was trying to think. The Rams did this when they won their Super Bowl. Not Odell, but who was the safety that they brought in like right during the playoff run, like right before?
Was that Von Miller?
No, I'm not thinking about Von Miller. I'm thinking about the safety that they brought in. Why am I forgetting the guy's name? He was really good. They brought in a safety right as the playoffs were about to start.
Was it Jamal Adams?
No, why am I tripping?
Wait, what year are you talking about?
The year they won the Super Bowl.
That was 21?
Yeah. Why am I tripping about that?
I'm looking right now because this is going to bug me out now.
I'm forgetting who it was. It might have been the year after. I don't remember, but
was it Jalen Ramsey?
No, it wasn't Ramsey.
No, but I think
no. Why am I? Because didn't he play for the Ravens for a while? Or am I don't remember. I'll remember. I'll figure it out.
I know that Jamal Adams played for both of those teams.
Right. I don't know why I'm tripping who they brought in. Anyway, doesn't matter. The point still stands. Getting veterans in your locker room is good. So
the thing is, you always need a locker room guy anyway, because when you look at what Philly has in that locker room, or just any locker room needs a vocal leader. Like Jalen is a silent leader, kind of, and AJ is more,
which works well for some guys, but I think there are certain teams, certain players that, like, I've got a book on this about coaching and leadership. And it basically says not everybody responds to the same type of leadership the best way, or the same type of coaching the best way. And I think you need somebody who can be a little bit, and we've seen Brandon Graham be able to be that sort of fire in your ass type of guy who goes, get the fuck up.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I love about like, people don't realize this, because people look at BG's career and be like, well, he's not an NFL Hall of Famer, but no, he's an Eagles Hall of Famer with 2 Super Bowl rings, and honestly, in the first year or two in Philly, he was going down a dark path and was on his way out until he woke up.
Yeah,
and, like, people don't realize that
he was going to be an all-time. He looked like he was going to be an all-time bust.
People don't realize that Brandon Graham is everything that the Philadelphia Eagles ever wanted in a player. People seriously do not understand how much Brandon Graham means to that Eagles organization. Forget that the teams he was on and last year's team, Super Bowl team, and not having him this year. They miss him. But what he means to that organization's history, what a player does, a 2-time Super Bowl champion. That's why it really. I don't think we kind of knew that we would be okay without the core guys. Our version of the core 4 or core, what is it, 3 being Cox, Graham, Lane Johnson.
I would put Travis Kelce. I'm sorry, Jason Kelce.
Those were the version.
I do call them the core 4, honestly.
Like, those were a version of the core 4, and once they went one by one, everybody's like, "Oh, well, the Eagles will never be the same." It's like, yeah, they'll never be the same, and but honestly, they do miss those guys. Jason Kelce, vocal leader. Fletcher Cox, vocal leader. Brandon Graham, vocal leader. Lane Johnson, vocal leader. Like, Lane Johnson.
You can draft the positions. You can't draft the people.
When you look at what those 4 guys did for Philadelphia in the last 15 years, the thing is, Lane Johnson's still there, but he's only one guy. And the thing is, he's only controlling, what he can control. Like, Lane Johnson is a vocal leader, but he was the least vocal of the 4. So
right.
It's like,
Rob. So real quick, was it Eric Weddle?
Yes, that's what
there we go.
About. What a legend! I love Eric.
Wow, how did I forget Eric Weddle?
Dude, I forgot him too. Thank you, Scoop.
The reason that I kept forgetting him is because I was looking at the starters and he didn't show up on the starters list. He showed up on the depth list for some reason.
Because he only got signed right before they started the playoff run that year.
And he actually had a good year that year.
No, I mean the Super Bowl starting.
Yeah, no, he actually didn't start the Super Bowl. Yeah,
he
came in as a rotation.
That stuff always confuses me because there's always so many different guys that come in.
So, I mean, let's look at this real quick when we think about teams right now that are kind of missing, like when you look at the Jaguars sliding, or the Bills sliding, or the Packers kind of.
I think it's an avalanche in Jacksonville right now.
Oh my God, I want to get to Jacksonville.
When you look at all these teams, right? It's like, when you look at their rosters, who is a vocal leader on those teams? There's nobody there.
I'll be honest. Particularly with Jacksonville, I don't think they really have one.
I would argue that I think they were putting a lot of eggs not only on the field but in the locker room. I think they were putting a lot of eggs into the Travis Hunter basket, and
I don't think they're using him well at all, even though he had a good day today.
Yeah,
well, and that's why I was so annoyed. Like, Cleveland made a great pick. It seems like ultimately with what they did actually end up doing in the first round this year.
Amazing.
But my God, was I annoyed when they traded that Travis Hunter, because I don't think even they would have effed him up this bad.
Oh, absolutely not. On Jacksonville, you're playing. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Jacksonville's playing at home in London. That's their home turf.
It is home
at Wembley. It is home. And by the way, other teams are going to do what the Rams did. You guys saw what the Rams did? They left they got to London like less than 20 hours before kickoff, and they smacked them. Which, honestly, I don't know why other teams didn't do that before. It's kind of smart, especially if they were on the East Coast.
And that's a credit to Sean McVay, because I've seen him do that with a couple. I mean, that kind of is similar to almost a little bit of what they did when they had Baker for that one game where So
it's preparedness, and guess what? It's a good organization who's willing to test things out. Because honestly, that was a test run.
All the way up with Les Snead and Stan Kroenke.
See, that was why when
I don't know how to pronounce that name. I just straight up don't know how to pronounce.
Kroenke.
Okay, O-E-N in most names that I've seen, O-E-N is Ain. I'm sorry.
Can we add that one? Because I think that's my favorite one.
Okay, look, Joe Shane, Liam. I guess it's Liam Cohen, not Liam Kane. Never mind. Okay,
no, but it's still good, because honestly, Stan Kroenke can be quite cronky. Honestly,
you know what bothers me?
He owns doesn't he own like Fulham or something? And anyway, whatever. He owns another club.
I'm pretty sure he owns the Denver Nuggets.
Like this is what I was saying about Jacksonville when everybody was like drooling over them at 4-1. I'm like, Jacksonville is not who you think they are. They're just not. I'm like you can't look at Trevor Lawrence and think he's playing good football. You can't look at that offensive line and think they're that good. That defense is certainly not good. It's like,
but I mean, and again, credit to the Rams. The Rams look pretty good, but I mean, we'll see what happens moving forward. But again, for Jacksonville to do that, to get stomped in a game that honestly, this is the only international game we're really looking forward to, considering where both of the two teams were. I mean, to get stomped like that, Brandon. I mean, it feels kind of unforeseen in a way. Well, even though it's not, because I mean, it does happen. But it's unforeseen in a way that this is not a trap game. This feels like who they really are, Brandon.
I mean, they've, and that's why even when they were 4-1, like when I was watching their games, and I'm like, this team is not just like I was saying how we're getting back to our whole original point every week about how none of these teams look like these 4, 5, 6 win teams. None of them looks like what their record shows. It was the same with the Jags, where it was like at 4-1, I'm like, they are not what their record's showing. They should be 1-4. They were winning games, yes, but what was it? Last week, you played a horrible game against the Seahawks. The week before, you barely you barely squeaked out a win against the Chiefs on a broken play, which should have ended in disaster. You barely squeaked out one against the ICU Niners. You barely squeaked out one against the Texans, who you only scored 17 points in that game. You lost to a Joe Burrow-less Bengals. The only game where you really played a full game was week 1 against the Panthers, and that's not saying much. So, then you look at what they got next week. After getting stomped today, so losing 2 straight, they've got the Raiders. They should beat them, and I think they will. But if you come out in that game and you don't beat them by about 3 scores with how bad the Raiders are, then I'm done with the Jaguars for the season. I think I'm pretty much almost.
I'm already done. Honestly,
to
come in London and do that, to get gobsmacked for everyone on the West Coast, including me, to stay up and watch that stupid game for a half and be done.
And mind you,
to be honest with you, I'm sorry, Rob. To be honest with you, at this point, that's your own damn fault.
I know it is. It is. It is my own damn fault. But it's fine.
And here's the thing coming up too. You still have a game against the Chargers, who aren't great, but Chargers can be one of those teams that can surprise you. So you still have one more game against the Chargers, and then you've got one game against the Broncos, and you've got 2 more against the Colts. So you have 4 more games. You're already at 3 losses. And you already know they're not going to play well, and probably another. So I mean, they're probably going to finish around 500, if around there. So not 500 at 17 games, but as 500 as you can get. So they still have a game against the Texans in Houston. I mean, that's never easy, despite the Texans not playing good football. So I think next week there's listen, I'm out on them too. I should rephrase that. I think I'm out on them too, but.
You're not as out yet.
Like I'm not I'm not completely done. I am out on them, but I'm not like it's almost like when you have March Madness and you've got like the last.
You're out, but the door is still open.
Yeah, like next week has to. Wow, that was an awful interception. Jesus, I'm gonna turn this damn Niners game off.
Yeah, are you glad we recorded early? Thanks to fantasy basketball.
Yeah, Jesus. But that's pretty much it. Like the Jaguars next week, if they want to save their season at all, you should blow out the Raiders. You should.
Yeah. Really quick on the Mariners game, Cal Raleigh just got into a double play, and the Mariners had bases loaded, and they screwed up. Scoop, do you want to?
What's the score now?
2-0 Blue Jays.
What's the inning?
In one inning?
I think it's bottom of the second right now.
You're still early.
It's still very early. Scoop, do you want to finish on the Jags?
Sure. First of all, it's very just amusing to me. I don't know why it just is that both teams. Excuse me, sorry. I'm trying to pull this up because I just had it in front of me and now it disappeared because, of course, it did. Well, I'll get it back in a moment. But for now, the fact that we shouldn't be surprised that the Rams went in and punched them the way that they did from a pure. Just again, this looked like a coaching mismatch. This looked like a talent and a fundamental mismatch, for lack of a better way of putting it. But to put Matt Stafford in the air, to have him put it in the air 5 times, or for a touchdown, and Trevor Lawrence, again, and I'm surprised Brandon didn't mention this. He had to throw the ball 48 times today. And
oh my God!
I've been into the ground the last 2 weeks about quarterbacks throwing that much. Like,
yeah, but I'm bringing it up because, excuse me. But what's interesting to me is with that, he still had more yards per attempt than Matt Stafford.
So that's funny. Oh my God!
So he must have just freaking been just putting it up and just like mashing Hail Mary on Madden, like just for the whole freaking 4 quarters.
That's what it felt like out there.
Especially
watching that fourth quarter.
But again, Travis Hunter, 8 receptions, targeted though 14 times.
Oy.
Parker Washington, 4 receptions, but targeted 10 times. I'm going down the list. Johnny Munt, Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Etienne, Dynamite Brown.
Oh my God, what is happening with Brian Thomas Jr.? That connection looks dead.
All of these guys brought in half or fewer of their targets. So, and I'm sorry, that again reflects negatively on not just Trevor Lawrence, but on Liam Cohen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I'm not mistaken, didn't Liam Cohen come from the Sean McVay coaching tree?
Yeah, he did. Yep.
So what a horrible look to do that against your former boss.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's all I got. I was going to do more stuff on more things, but we'll save that for tomorrow. I got some Miami stuff that is always fun. I'll save that for tomorrow. And then, of course, the other games going on tomorrow. We have 2 games. Bucks Lions is going to be fun to talk about. And, of course, we'll be live for Seahawks Texans. We'll figure out what this actual time we're going to go live is, because if Toronto wins this game, I assume everybody wants to watch Game 7. And that starts around so we'll figure it out. But don't if it does go to a Game 7, don't drive in downtown Seattle unless you're going to either of those games. Please do not. It'll be like New York, New Jersey up there.
Please, so you're dealing with that now. Wait for the World Cup next year for us.
Oh Jesus!
I do want to mention one thing though, and there was for you mentioned Tampa, Detroit tomorrow. I do think, since we're talking about Tampa, I do think it's important to just note, unfortunately, we saw the news earlier today that a longtime former, defensive lineman for the Buccaneers passed away at the age of, I want to say it was 36.
Yeah. It was Doug Martin. Doug Martin.
Yeah, not D-lineman, running back.
Yeah, Doug Martin.
Okay, this says D lineman. I'm sorry, I don't know why this says.
No, that's okay. Doug, what was Doug Martin's nickname again?
The muscle hamster.
Muscle hamster. Yes,
the muscle hamster.
Muscle hamsters kind of sounds like something that would be on like a minor league baseball team name.
True.
I think he had probably one of the last really good nicknames in the NFL. Creative.
Muscle hamster was great. Also, Demaryius Thomas getting enshrined was really cool today.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to mention. For them to be able to pull off that win on the day that they're honoring him.
Oh yeah,
honoring him and the 10-year anniversary of that team. They were celebrating that today too. Super Bowl 50 winning team.
And you know what's even better about that? You know who made the last catch of the game, the crucial catch of the game? One of his best friends, Courtland Sutton.
Yeah.
So
pretty cool, pretty special stuff.
I do recommend if you haven't yet, both you guys and anybody watching or listening, I do recommend going and listening to what Peyton, and I mean the Peyton that's actually won a Super Bowl in the last 10 years, Manning, went and said about him after the game, because he pretty much said there was a big reason that I signed with the Broncos over other teams was because of the presence of Demaryius Thomas and what he'd be what playing with a guy of his unique ability and personality would be like. So
it was I'm sorry. I'm sorry for having this reaction, but Toronto just hit a 2-run bomb. Oh my God! Top of the third. It's 4-0. All right.
We really had no better options than Logan Gilbert for this game.
Yeah, and by the way, our whole starter and bullpen is garbage right now because we've been sacking him.
Really good.
He is good, but we haven't been giving him enough rest. So, yep. All right. Well, Scoop, good luck with your fantasy draft, my friend.
Thank you, brother. Same with you, and good luck with these next 5 innings. Please, for the love of God, don't put Toronto into the World Series, because I promise you, if that happens, I will be rooting for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yep.
I will say it's looking like we'll go to a Game 7, so we might start an hour later than normal if that's the case, but that's probably it. But yeah, yikes. It's not looking good. And for those of you watching Falcons 49ers, I'm sorry, this game's pretty ugly as well. But we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.